tamasam mudha chetasaha satam vidvesham acheruhu satam vidvesham acheruhu आरात आगत मृत्युवहा आराद आगत मृत्यवहा ते वैरज प्रकृतयस तमसा मूढ़चेतसः सतां विद्वेषम् आचेरुः आराद आगत मृत्यवः ते वैरज प्रकृतयस तमसा मूढ़चेतसः सतां विद्वेषम् आचेरुः आरादागत मृत्यवः Can please repeat the word meaning? Te, all the Asuric ministers, why indeed Raja Prakritayaha, surcharged with the mode of passion, Tamasa, overwhelmed by the mode of ignorance, Mudha Chetasaha, foolish persons, Satam, of saintly persons, Vidvesham, persecution, Acheruhu, executed, Arat Agata Mrityavaha, impending death, having already overtaken them. Translation purport by His Divine Grace Srila Vicharananda Arvind Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai. Translation: surcharged with passion and ignorance, and not knowing what was good or bad for them, the Asuras, for whom impending death was waiting, began the persecution of the saintly persons. So please repeat the translation. Surcharged with passion and ignorance, and not knowing what was good or bad for them, the Asuras, for whom impending death was waiting, began the persecution of the saintly persons. Purport. As stated in Bhagavad Gita, chapter 2, text 13. Dehinosmin yata dehe kaumaram yavvanam chara tata dehantara praptir dhiras tatra namuhyati. As the embodied soul continually passes in this body from boyhood to youth to old age, the soul similarly passes into another body at death. The self-realized soul is not bewildered by such a change. Irresponsible persons, surcharged with passion and ignorance, foolishly do things that are not to be done. Nunam pramatta kurute vikarma. But one should know the results of irresponsible actions as explained in the next verse. Text 46. Ayushriyam yasho dharmam lokan ashisha evacha hanti shreyamsi sarvani pumso mahad atikramaha. Translation. My dear king, when a man persecutes great souls, all his benedictions of longevity, beauty, fame, religion, blessings, and promotion to higher planets will be destroyed. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport and translations to Canto 10, Chapter 4, texts 44 to 46 of Srimad Bhagavatam. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha Namavom Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvisesha Shunyavadi Paschati Deshatarine Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Finally, we see in this episode how being instructed by Kamsa, his demonic ministers executed the order of Kamsa by persecuting the saintly persons, which is never to be done. And unfortunately, these ministers of Kamsa were even subject matter experts in this regard. We all heard of subject matter experts, maybe in chemistry, maybe in physics, quantum mechanics, integration theory, maybe in orthopoetics, or in literature, poetry. Here we see these foolish persons, they're experts in persecuting saintly persons. See their foolishness. The word used by Shukadeva Goswami is Kadana Priyan. Kadana means to persecute. Priyan means to love. Kadana Priyan, those who love causing harm to others. Kadana Priyan. Who are they? They are the demons or the asuric persons. So demons are not a class of people as such. Anybody who likes putting others into difficulty, loves putting others into difficulty, pain, suffering, not caring for their feelings or emotions or what is right and what is wrong, being whimsical, just want to satisfy their own desires at any cost, without any consideration of principles of dharma, they are defined as asuras. So Kadana Priyan, they like and love to put others into difficulty for their own enjoyment, for their own happiness. Their happiness is prime most, not others' happiness. So, Kadana Priyan, being endowed with such a trait, they persecuted Sadhu Lokasya, all the saintly persons. Sandishya, after receiving the orders from Kamsa. So, Sandishya Griham Avishat. Kamsa gave such orders to his ministers and then he entered his palace. Sadhu lokasya danavan. Wherever saintly persons are there, you search and give them trouble. Kama Rupa Dharan. So to execute this order of Kamsa, Kama Rupa Dharan, these demonic persons or asuras, they assumed different kinds of forms as they desired. Tevai, so these asuric ministers, Tevai, Raja Prakritayas Tamasam Muda Chetasaha, being Raja Prakritayaha, surcharged with mode of passion, influenced by mode of passion, inspired by mode of passion or Rajoguna, Prakritayaha, Rajaha, not inspired by transcendental mode or Sattva Guna mode, inspired by, surcharged by Rajaha, and Tamasa, being overwhelmed by the mode of ignorance. See this combination, surcharged by mode of passion and therefore and overwhelmed by mode of ignorance. It's a complete defeat. Now, on the other hand, if Shukadeva Goswami would have said Sattva Prakritayaha, the word-to-word meaning would have been being enlightened by the mode of goodness. But you see, surcharged with the mode of passion and overwhelmed by the mode of ignorance. That means he is meant for self-destruction. So surcharged with passion and ignorance. Muda Chetasaha, foolish persons. But Prabhupada translates as word meaning as foolish persons. But the translation Prabhupada says, not knowing what was good or bad for them. Only a foolish person will not know what is good or what is bad for him. Without discriminating between good and bad, he will do things crazily, mindlessly, whimsically, which will bring about his own self-destruction. Forget disturbing and destroying others and putting others in trouble, harming others. He will harm himself also in the process. That is why they are referred here as Muda Chetasaha. Muda means simply foolish. Chetasaha means actually intelligence, consciousness. But Muda Chetasaha means a foolish person. Foolish intelligence. Foolish intelligence is no intelligence. That we will discuss. Krishna talks about this in the Bhagavad Gita also. So, surcharged with passion and ignorance, not knowing what was good or bad for them. These asuras Satham Vidvesham Acheruhu, executed the order of Kamsa by persecuting saintly persons. Prabhupada says especially Vaishnavas. You see? According to the Asuras, Vaishnavas are the biggest problem in human society. Among all the problems and difficulties and challenges, Vaishnavas are the biggest hurdle for their progress. Therefore, finish them off. So, Satam Vidvesham Acheruhu. But, Shukadeva Goswami also was warning here, which they don't understand anyway. Arad Agata Mrityavaha. Agataha means, Gataha means movement. Agata means impending. Prabhupada used the word impending. That means just right there. Right in front of you, about to happen, about to take place, impending. Arad agata mrityavaha. Impending death having already overtaken them. How? Asuras have decided to kill the saintly persons. But how is it that asuras themselves are going to face immediate death? Because that is described in the next verse. If you read the connection. How is it that asuras are beginning the persecution of saintly persons? How is it they are going to get persecuted? Yes, because of the deed, thought and deed of persecuting saintly persons, the result of that is they themselves will be persecuted. That is the result. That is described. Ayu shriyam yasho dharmam lokanashisha evacha hanti shreyamsi sarvani pumso mahad atikramaha. Oh my dear king, Shukadeva Goswami is addressing Parikshit Maharaj. When a man persecutes great souls, pumso mahad atikramaha. Mahat here refers to great persons. Pumsa refers to a person. When a person mahat atikramaha, when he disturbs a saintly person, then what happens? Ayuhu, Shriyam, Yasha, Dharmam, Lokan Ashisha, Evacha, Hanti Shreya Amsi Sarvani. This is the result. What is that? Hanti Shreya Amsi. He destroys Shreya Amsi Sarvani, all good fortune which is with him. He will be the destroyer of his own good assets and good fortune. What are those? He will be the destroyer of his own ayu, prolonged life. That means they will have akalam marana. Instead of increasing ayushu, their lifespan will reduce. See, the opposite takes place. But by the blessings of Vaishnavas or the Lord, your life can even expand. Suppose you live 60 years, you may live 70 years also. You may live 100 years also. But otherwise, 70 years may become 7 years also. 100 may become 10 also. So, Ayuhu Shriyam means beauty. Yashaha means fame. You may become, instead of becoming famous, you will become infamous. Suddenly you will see such bad name will come upon you. You don't know why. You lost all your money. Don't know why. Dharmam, you are very religious. Suddenly you became irreligious, impious, not caring. Get lost. No God. Hell with God. Damn with God. Damn with chanting. Dharma. What happened? Lokan Ashisha. And the blessings and promotion to Swarga or heavenly planets. All these things will be Hanti, destroyed. This is the result. So this is something like, if you see in any major apartment or any major commercial complexes, you will see the entrance, just after you enter the gate, mostly at the right extreme and the left extreme, there's a big transformer or a main electrical circuits and boards will be installed, and it will also be covered by grill door, isn't it? You might have seen, with a lock, and upon that grill door, one flex or one metal plate with a red color skull and with a red color into mark will be there. First of all, skull is there, that is indicates, but further caution, into mark also on that skull, red mark, skull, into mark, and the door is closed also. Still what you will do? Muda Chetasaha persons wants to open the door only there. Because it restricted, that only I want to enter. Why restricted? This is called Muda Chetasaha. When you are restricted, then you are more impelled to find out why restriction? Why restriction? Let me poke my nose there. Open and go, electric shock. Katham. Death also, And Antyeshta karma also, everything will be over there only. No need to take to the burial ground. Because your ash will directly come, no need to worry. Because after you die, separately you take to burial ground, one big party has to go. You have to inform all the people and arrange so many things, wash the dead body, put new clothes, and then a white cloth, so much. And then after that, burn the body, make arrangements in that burial ground. Very complex, right? Just touch this, ash will come to your hand. Simple. So, unfortunately, people, what dharma says you do, exactly they don't want to do that. What dharma says don't do, or do not do, that only I want to do. When restriction is there, that only I want to break. When freedom is there, I don't want to use the freedom in the right way, the proper way. Restriction is there, no restrictions. I want to do that only. You say no means that only I will do. You say do means that only I will not do. Chant, Prabhupada says, can't. Because you say chant, can't. This is demoniac mentality. Mood chetasaha. They simply don't know what is good or bad for them. So, therefore, there is a great need for Vaishnavas in this world, Acharya or the Lord to come to this world to make good sense to these foolish persons, Muda Chetasaha, also called as Dina Chetasaha. So these persons are called Muda Chetasa, Dina Chetasa, and the Vaishnavas and the Acharya is called Dina Vatsala. As opposed to Dina Chetasaha, they are called Dina Vatsala. One who is very kind and compassionate to the foolish persons. Who are the foolish persons? They are Prabhu. We always think, oh, foolish person means he is that person. Isn't it? We are the foolish persons. Because we don't know what is good or bad for us. Simply absorbed in doing all things wrongly without even knowing what is right and what is wrong. All these things are explained in Bhagavad Gita. What is right and what is wrong. What is the right way of doing, wrong way of doing. We will try to understand that shortly. But people don't know. There's no discrimination of activity today. That is the present trend in Kali Yuga. The way of working is no consideration of acting. However you feel, you desire, you just do it. That's all. And they will take the shelter of Constitution, saying Constitution provides freedom. The misinterpretation of Constitution. Misreading of Constitution. What is freedom itself is not defined or understood maturely, properly. What do you mean by freedom? Like our Acharya used to give this example. Suppose a small child is told, child, do not touch fire. It will burn your fingers. But the child wants to touch the fire. But the parents will restrict, no, do not do. It will burn you. And then it will cause pain to you. And then you will suffer. Why all of this? Bad consequences. We call it as bad karma. What is bad karma? The pain and the suffering thereupon is called bad karma. But who created the bad karma? The child himself or herself. Who is to be blamed? Neither the parents nor the Lord. The child himself is to be blamed. Is it not? The mother is telling, do not touch fire, it will burn. Let me see. It is not a game where let me see. It is fire. Well, let me touch and see. You can touch, you are welcome. Please come, please come. One time, just recently I read one nice pastime, Prabhupada's life. One of the, if I'm right, he's the second son of Prabhupada. So, he's a small boy, about 3 or 4 years old. And so he wanted to touch the fan which was running, a table fan, no? So that fan is running. Children, no, they are always influenced by something interesting, something wonderful. They're exploring life, you see. So they want to explore things, want to know things. So the fan is running. He was curious. If you touch, what will happen like that? So Prabhupada said that time, hey, don't touch, don't touch. Do not touch. It will cut your finger. Then still he insisted, no, I have to touch that running fan. The blades will cut his finger. He is not appreciating. Prabhupada is saying, he is not understanding. Prabhupada's friend was there. He said, okay, now child is adamant. So you can do one thing, you can slow down the fan and then let him touch. So then Prabhupada slowed down the fan and said, okay, now you touch. He touched. Oh! Then Prabhupada said, okay, now you touch again. No, touch. No, touch. No. So, like that, these asuras are like that, foolish persons. They don't know what they are doing for themselves. People do not know what they are doing for themselves. The result of their actions, they are not aware at all. Just like if you start a business, without knowing any policies of the government, will that be okay? You will be comfortable? You will be in trouble. You will not know what are the laws concerning business. Is this permissible or is this not permissible? The details of the business, I mean to say. Even license. You have to take license for doing business. Even legal business. Just imagine, even meat eating, for example. Of course, that also they have license. That's another crazy thing anyway. But I'm just telling. So, even though business may be good, suppose you have a provision store, you have to take license. You want to put a mobile store, you have to take license. You have to follow the rules of having a mobile shop. You just can't have your shop yourself and run it the way you want. You're not government, right? There are applicable laws. And there is a lot of licensing needed. Some rules, standards to be complied. And you have to give a report to the government every year. Accounts. Then you can continue. And you make profit. There is no issue. But you can't run the way you want. You can't have your own policies of trade. I'm just giving an example. Even medical industry, every field it is there. There is a national board which regulates all the medical fraternity. So for every profession, there is a board at the national level, state level, which regulates. So you're not free like that. Then within that boundary you enjoy. You do what you want. Within the boundary, the rules are set. Like that, we should know from the Shastra. These Shastras are the policy books for us. Law books for us. So you have to be within that circle. Then you can enjoy life. But if you don't care to know, just like you just start off a business straight away, suppose in Kumpanagar, this is Jayanagar 18th cross, you just will put off one shop there, put off one board, immediately it will come to the attention of the government authorities. Oh, what is this shop? Where did it come from? Who has licensed it? Then they'll come and ask the owner, have you taken the license? Where is the registration number for your business? Medical practitioner, where is the registered license for you to practice? See? You cannot make your own license at home. Go to the DTP office and then print your own license. Government has to give you license number. Not that there are many printers, offset printers, and then you print off and put in the, hoardings and all yourself. Government has to give you license. You cannot create license for yourself. So like that, dharma means what the Lord authorizes. You cannot self-authorize yourself. How can you self-authorize yourself? God has to authorize. And that is called dharma. What God has authorized, that is called dharma. What rules or codes of law God has set, that is called dharma. And if you follow, you will be rewarded. You will be credited. If you don't follow, just like the child is touching fire, who is to be blamed? Sometimes when karma hits us, we think, oh, why God has been harsh upon me? Why God is harsh? You touched the fan, you touched the blade, fan blade, you cut your finger. Generally, what we do, we curse the fan, very bad fan. Kaitan fan is not good. So make it viral. Oh, Kaitan fan cuts the finger. Kaitan cuts. The craziness. Like that we think, why God is harsh upon me, is punishing me. God is not punishing. You have punished yourself. Who punished yourself? Who punished? You punished yourself. Because Mudha Chetasaha. So when we follow the government policy, everything is fine. Everything is fine. Why will the government be behind you? Why will you be served notices? Nothing. But if you don't follow, then you will be served notices. Then you say, government is very bad. Huh? Our government is not good because you got notice. You see? And whatever you do, government is oblivious to that. Not caring. See, government is very good. What is your understanding then? So, government is neither good nor bad. It is neutral. You get what you deserve. That's all. So similarly, by my own actions, I have to face the consequences. But the asuras, they don't consider. They're surcharged with passion. Surcharged with passion means no proper thinking. No proper thinking. Passionate way of working means no sober thinking. Just madly do it. And tamasic way of working means working always in the opposite direction. Always in the opposite direction. Goes against you. Like that. So anyway, so like that these asuras, they unfortunately began to persecute saintly persons when they are their saviors. You see how sad it is. Saintly persons are the saviors, but they want to persecute the saintly person. Just like doctor is the savior and you want to kill the doctor. Oh, foolish person you are. You curse the doctor. You criticize the doctor. Arey, he is only giving you a tablet and you criticize him only. See, it is like that. The Lord is the savior. But the asuras think, Lord is the problem for me. Acharya is the savior. We think he is the problem. Like Prabhupada. Typically when in the 1960s and 70s, the Western world, they considered Prabhupada a big threat. ISKCON a big threat. Even now ISKCON considered a big threat to the world. That's why mostly you can see in very big way ISKCON gets persecuted many times. You can see that every now and here and now, coming up in the news. Because we are a big threat. That is a fact. Threat for what? Threat because we don't encourage meat eating. We are big enemies to the world. We are the greatest enemies. The Asuric people think. While being the greatest friends, they think we are the greatest enemies. The ISKCON people always keep talking about meat eating, meat eating. Even basic food, they don't give us freedom. How much controlling nature they have got. And they threaten us. Karma is there. And you will suffer. You will be fried in boiling oil. All bakwas. Nonsense talk. See, they are doing nonsense talk. They are telling that we are doing nonsense talk. You will be surprised to know something I was watching, but anyway, very, very sad to say. One so-called, within quotes, God man, he himself is telling, Indian, at least foreigner, okay, some discount we will give. The worst part is the Indian and a so-called God man, self-assumed God man anyway, or his chelas are there to make him God man. So he is saying, all this bakwas nonsense is that this some religious institution says, probably is referring to the Vaishnavas. Some religious men, they say that after death, if you eat meat, you will be boiled in frying oil. What is all this nonsense? And then you have illicit sex, then you will be forced to embrace a red-hot iron woman. Yeah. Crazy things they are speaking. Who is crazy, we will see that time anyway. Just like, suppose you do something which is not against the laws of the state, you will be put into prison. But while doing, you have a group of ministers like the good council, you got like Kamsa has got good council ministers, no? You have got your, within quotes, good friends. You'll say, chalo yaar, karo yaar. Raja prakritayaha. देख लेगा करो ना बाद में देखेगा madness. And then they're put into jail and then somebody cautions, hey, no, be careful. Who cares for this old man? He's an oldie. So old people always keep advising. So who cares? And finally when he goes into jail, then what happens? Oh, these people are very bad. They put me in jail. You see? It is called in English, give the dog a bad name and hang it. You see? How complex things become. Give the dog a bad name and hang it. Arey, what is this? Those who are doing good, you give a bad name and hang them up. So, to here it says, Kama Rupa Dharan. These demons are very expert in persecuting. Not only that, they are also very expert in siddhis. Mystic perfections. Kama Rupa Dharan is one of the mystic perfection. What's mentioned here? They can assume any form at will as they desire. There are 8 kinds of siddhis as explained in the Shastras. Anima. Firstly, anima. Anima means to become smaller than the smallest. Anima. Then laghima. Laghima means to become very light, like a swab of cotton, that you can start floating in space. Just like cotton, you just leave it, it will just float in space, right? Like that, by the Laghima Siddhi, you can become light that you can start floating in space or traveling in space. Just like these yogis, typically if you see. Yeah? Like Narada Muni, he naturally has that Laghima Siddhi. He has not acquired it. He was blessed with. A devotee of the Lord automatically is blessed with all the siddhis. He doesn't work for that. He doesn't do tapasya. When he wants, Krishna will give. You want to fly? Chalo, fly. Krishna will say. How long? Krishna, your will. Okay, whole life you fly. So So Narada can walk also, can fly also, can swim also, whatever he wants he will do. But the yogis, they have to do ugra karma to attain these siddhis. Heavy tapasya they have to do to attain these siddhis. That also conditional. The siddhis are very conditional for the yogis. For the devotees, it is unconditionally given for the devotees by the Lord. Freely given, simply given. Anyway, so Laghima means to move in space at will. To travel in space at will, Laghima. Then Mahima Siddhi. Mahima means to become very big, mighty, or very heavy also. It can mean any of these things. Very big or very heavy. Like Krishna, when he was in the lap of Mother Yashoda, suddenly Krishna became very heavy, small baby. Mother Yashoda could feel, oh, this baby has become so heavy. That's how she placed the baby on the floor. And it is at that time the demon came and disturbed Krishna. So for Krishna, these siddhis are natural, and for Krishna's devotees. Anyway, Mahima Siddhi means to become very heavy. Like Trinavarta. Trinavarta. Trinavarta is one asura, one demon, who assumed the form of a whirlwind, a stormy wind, cyclonic wind. Assume that form. These asuras, as I said, they can at will get any siddhi, what they want, and fulfill their desires by themselves. So Mahima means to become very heavy. So this Trinavarta, he carried baby Krishna on his shoulder, on his back actually, and assumed a huge, gigantic form, became very heavy, and then flew in space. Then Krishna used his Mahima Siddhi, the master of Mahima, and he started weighing down this Trinavarta. So Trinavarta started feeling heavy weight. See, suppose if I have to carry maybe 20 kg, 30 kg, 50 kg, maybe maximum 50 kg, I doubt. Maybe my bones will break, but still 50 kg I will manage. Suppose you put 5,000 kg on my back, what will happen to me? I'll get crushed, no? So like that, this Krishna's weight became so unbearable for Trinavarta that he had to end his magic show and come down and fall on the earth. It's a tragedy for Trinavarta. He thought he'll show magic to Krishna, but jadoo to Krishna. But Krishna showed jadoo to Trinavarta. So Trinavarta became bewildered. He fell down on the ground, straight from space down to earth, smashed. Mahima Siddhi. But anyway, Asuras, Mahima Siddhi he had. Then Prapti. Prapti Siddhi means to get a desired thing from anywhere and everywhere. Prapti. Praptaha. Prapti. To get what is desirable from anywhere. Sitting here. Like Nagpur, oranges are very famous. So somebody asks, Prabhu, can you arrange Nagpur oranges? That yogi will say, if you ask the yogi, give me Nagpur orange. I'm in Mysore, I cannot travel to Nagpur. No, don't worry, he'll extend his hand and go to the gardens, orange garden in Nagpur, pluck out some few oranges, give it to you in hand in Mysore. It's called Prapti Siddhi. Doesn't have to physically travel. Sitting there only, his hands will extend to Nagpur. You see, that boy is bewildered already. See? So these things bewilder people. Then Prakamya. Prakamya means to fulfill all your desires. Then Ishitva. Ishitva means to be able to create even a planet. You can even create a planet at will. Or even destroy that same planet which you created. So the power to create or destroy at will. It's called Ishitva Siddhi. Then Vashitva Siddhi means to control even Prakriti. Even control Prakriti. Material elements you can control. Bring them under your control. Asuras do that sometimes. Then Kamavasayita. That means to assume any form you desire whimsically. Any whimsical form you desire, you can get that form. So these asuras have that kind of power and potency. That's how you can see these asuras, they assume different forms. For example, actually all the demons who came in Krishna Leela sent by Kamsa to kill Krishna, they were all asuras assuming different forms because of possessing Kamavasayita Siddhi. Bakasura. It's an asura actually, but he assumed the form of a gigantic duck. Putana. She is an asuri. But she assumed a form of a beautiful young woman to feed baby Krishna. To nurse baby Krishna. So she assumed a very beautiful looking form so that nobody in Gokula would doubt her march and doubt her intentions of coming to Gokula to kill Krishna. Aghasura is a demon but who assumed a big, gigantic snake form. So Aghasura, Bakasura, these are all demons assuming different forms. Because Aghasura happened to be the younger brother of Putana and Bakasura. Demons of the same family anyway. They're like that. So the Aghasura assumed a form of a snake 8 miles long. 8 miles long. So these are all by Mahima Siddhi. Becoming mightier, heavier, huge. So Mahima Siddhi. So that means you could know even demons have siddhis. Why should devotees work for getting siddhi? People get bewildered, overwhelmed when a saintly person shows some siddhis. The siddhis are asuric. Even asuric people are able to show siddhi. What is great and glorious about having siddhi? Asuras also display a lot of siddhi. But they are not glorious. A spiritually advanced person does not even recognize such siddhis. Therefore, Vaishnavas are least interested in siddhis. Just sometimes, people get carried away. Suppose you go to a saintly person, just like this he does, and then your cancer is gone. Immediately that Swamiji will be in the limelight. He will be in the national headlines. He will hit. This is the level of intelligence of the people of Kali Yuga. Get carried away. Somebody can treat you without medicine. Wow. How, they will say, Prabhu, you should meet him. Who is he? Oh, don't know Prabhu. Yesterday in the headlines his name has come. It has hit the headlines. Front paper. Full page. Article. Swamiji cures cancer without medication. Big deal about that. Even doctors can do that. Ayurveda can do that. So the Ayurveda doctor becomes Swamiji, becomes God. Somebody can give you gold. It's a Siddha Baba. According to us, it's Asiddha Baba is anyway. But people think they're Siddha Baba. And then he is able to give you gold. Like that. One mother, I saw in a video, one mother has taken one child to the Swamiji. And that was the child's birthday. Small child actually. And that Swamiji has given gold, like this, and then he gave gold. So mother is like, the whole audience is like wow, like wonderstruck, bewildered. Mountains of gold are there. A big deal about this 1 gram gold. What is the big achievement in that? So much gold is already available. Have you produced something which doesn't exist? Then what is great? So therefore, we should not get carried away by all this childish display. Childish display of powers. And anyway, Krishna is Yogeshwara, but nobody is impressed by Krishna. One Siddha Baba, one small 1 gram gold he will produce, cancer will cure, we are bewildered. We will become his disciples. Swamiji, I am surrendering my life to you. And Krishna is Yogeshwara, the owner of all mystic powers. Nobody cares for Krishna. Nobody wants to become Krishna's disciple. You see how our intelligence is working in Kali Yuga? Mayaya apahrita jnana. That means clearly we can see Maya has taken away your good intelligence. Good sense she has taken away. Finished. That's why you are falling trap for these things. Some honey is falling. A honeybee is better than you. So much it can make. Here only, I don't know how many drops fall in a day, I don't know. Somebody said, Prabhu, quarter glass got collected. A honeybee in no time, huge quantity it is making. Because of that, somebody is Swamiji. What is all this? How shallow our understanding of a sadhu is, or the Lord. And even if you see in modern science also, Prabhupada explains in Nectar of Devotion, modern science also, many things, what these siddhis we talk about, they have also attained. Maybe in a different way. Yeah? After all the tapasya, you are floating in space. Yogis can float in, they can fly. We have aeroplane. Big deal. And airplane has become very cheap. Airplane has become very cheap by modern advancements. It's become very cheap. Traveling has become very cheap. So what is the big deal of your siddhi? Somebody is walking in water. One Swamiji, one Babaji, walking in water, you are bewildered. Or you take a boat, 2 rupee you give, he will cross you, the Ganga. Big deal. Why so much tapasya, cutting down, eating, sleeping, eating berries and roots and dried leaves? What is all this? Why all this tapasya? 5 rupee you give, he will take you across the shore, across the Ganga. We went to Kumbh Mela. It's just 10 rupees only, that boatman said. He'll take you to, on full stretch he'll take you. This side to that side to this side. Full stretch he'll take you. Why take so much trouble for attaining siddhi for that? Such a childish thing. So we should not get carried away by all these things. And anyway, any kind of mystic perfection cannot solve the real problems of material life. This is a very important point. You may attain any amount of material perfection or mystic perfection, still you cannot conquer the real problems of material life, which is birth, death, old age, disease. Can the yogi make you deathless? Then let us consider them. Can he stop your rebirth cycle? That he cannot do. What is the big deal? Then what is the siddhi he has attained? He himself is going to die. Maybe prolonged death. That's all. Instead of 100 years, he may die after 1,000 years. The big deal. After all, death is there. Doesn't make very big difference anyway. Real big material difference. After all, you're going to die. Can you make someone deathless? That Krishna is able to do. The Acharya can do on behalf of the Lord by giving you a Vedic mantra. By enlightening you in Vedic knowledge. He can make you deathless, rebirthless, old ageless. So this is real mystic perfection. Something wonderful. Prabhupada said, so therefore the devotees, they have much more serious business. These siddhis cannot attract Krishna, the Supreme Lord. They cannot attract Krishna. Because Krishna already has all of them. And he is the owner, master, and controller of all the siddhis. That's why Krishna is called, the Bhagavad Gita, Sanjay calls him as Yogeshwara, the master of all mystic power. Because Krishna is the owner of all these mystic powers, he is not impressed by if we become a Siddha Baba or show some mystic power. Krishna is not impressed. Krishna is attracted by pure devotional service. What attracts Krishna? Not mystic powers. Pure devotional service. That attracts Krishna's attention. Therefore, the devotee is interested in executing pure bhakti, seva to Krishna, and attract his attention. That Krishna is impressed. Pure devotional service. That Krishna is impressed. And as far as Yoga Siddhi is concerned, why should the devotee take the trouble? Prabhupada says, just like, why should a child bother to earn money? If he wants something, ask his father, father will give. See, what a simple example. How Acharyas explained it so nicely, all these things. What the child wants, just ask the father. Father will give. Why the child has to work or earn to get something? Just go to the father. Similarly, why should the devotee endeavor so much for Siddhi? Krishna is the owner. And you are after all Krishna's devotee. And in the service of Krishna, if you ask, if there's a need, you ask Krishna, Krishna will just award it like that, without separate endeavor. So this is intelligence. Therefore Krishna yai bhaje, say bada chatur. So who's intelligent? The Shastra say, one who's a devotee of the Lord. Krishna yai bhaje, those who do seva to Krishna, those who are devotees of Krishna, say bada chatur. He is super intelligent. He doesn't have to go to forest, eat berries and roots, and struggle for attaining this siddhi. Simply Krishna will give him all the siddhis as needed in his service. The devotee does not hanker. Okay. Then another important point from these texts is, we were in the beginning I was trying to explain. So Muda Chetasaha, what is good or bad for them, they have no idea. Mostly all of the policies of the non-devotees are simply self-destructive. In every single case we can show that and prove it also. Therefore Krishna said in Bhagavad Gita, Pravritim cha nivritim cha janana vidurasura na shaucham napi chacharo asatyam teshu vidyate. So Krishna is saying in the 16th chapter, Pravritim cha nivritim cha. What is progressive action? What is digressive action? He does not know. Na shaucham, na acharaha. There is no cleanliness found in him. Cleanliness also means not physical cleanliness, purity in thought. It also means cleanliness. Good intent, good thoughts. Not desiring anything detrimental or harmful for others. That's also called shaucham. We just think shaucham means being clean and taking bath. No. Thinking good for others. All the time. Not thinking anything bad, even for one's enemy. Even for your somebody who is not your friend, somebody whom you don't like. Still you will desire good for him. That is shaucham. That is shaucham. He has done bad to you, but you will think of doing good to him. That is shaucham. Only a Vaishnava can stand this test. Others will fail. So now shaucham, no cleanliness is found in him. Na acharaha, good behavior is found in him. There is no good manners, good behavior. Insensitive person. Asatyam, always lying, covering up, being manipulative. So, asatyam teshu vidyate, not to be found in them. Krishna is saying. They don't know what is good, what is bad. Therefore Prahlad Maharaj says, Nate vidu swartha gatim hi vishnum durashaya ye bahirartha maninaha. So Prahlad Maharaj says, Asura or common people in Kali Yuga in general are in such a situation, they don't know what is good for them. And they don't know their good lies in Vishnu. And they think Vishnu is the problem, while Vishnu is the solution. What is the solution? We take it as a problem. And what the problem? We take it as a solution. This is called tamasic intelligence. Always striving in wrong direction. Tamasic intelligence. So, nate viduhu, he does not know. Na viduhu. Viduhu means to know. Na viduhu, he does not know. Swartha gati, his swartha is in Vishnu. He does not know what is good for them. Many examples can be given. Just like, I think in 2013 it became famous in 2016, this Blue Whale Challenge. You all might have heard. It has been viral. Originated from Russia. Blue Whale Challenge. It's a 50-day challenge. And it is a game, basically. It is a game. And the game is that incrementally they'll go on increasing the challenges. And you have to do that. And if you succeed, you'll go to the next level. Level 2 game you'll go. More challenging. Then go to level 3, more challenging. Level 4, like that. The last level will be to kill yourself. Can you do it? Then game ends for you. You lost the game. If you're killed, you have won the game. It'll come in internet. Oh, he has succeeded in the challenge. What is the challenge? To finally, the 50th game will be to kill yourself. Or to go to the multi-story building, skyscraper building, 70th floor, top of the building, jump from there. And they have done it also. In India it has happened. In Russia it has happened. It has become, world news it has become. After that it became a banned activity. Can you commit suicide? Do you have the guts to commit suicide? That means 48th level you have failed. 49th level you have failed. 50th level you have failed. Like that they will incite you. So Blue Whale Challenge it is called. Craziness. See how much self-destructive. That's why Mooda Chetas are foolish persons. They don't know. Ravana. Such a foolish fellow he is. Means there cannot be anything more foolish than the Asuras or even the common man of Kali Yuga, all of us. What we do is utter foolishness. And still we think we're greatly intelligent, how much advancement, I'm going to space, this, that, all kind of things. And how much foolish we are, we don't recognize at all. Total Maya. Ravana, for example, see such a foolish person he is worshipping Shiva to get power from Shiva. And Shiva blessed him with all the power. This foolish person wants to shake up Kailasa only at one point. He wanted to destroy Kailasa only. After getting the blessing of Shiva, means he acquired such power that he could even shake Kailasa. And at one point he was about to destroy Kailasa. Anyway, nothing happened. He attempted. See the craziness. Then another time, imagine his Lord who has blessed him. He wanted to enjoy Mother Parvati only. What a nonsense he is. The Lord who blessed him, Lord Shiva, his own wife you want to enjoy. What a nonsense he must be. You think Shiva will keep quiet? Such a brainless person this Ravana is. Then another case. Mandodari told him, anything is fine, but leave Sita alone. Leave Sita alone. Don't touch her. It's like touching fire. Please do not do. And by the by, Ramayana explains, Sundari Mandodari is being addressed as Sundari Mandodari. This very nice song is also there. Sundari Mandodari. That's one beautiful song is there. Anyway, so Mandodari was supposed to be extremely beautiful woman in the entire world. Still having the most beautiful wife. This fellow Ravana wanted to abduct or enjoy Mother Sita. Mandodari warned him, I know all your nonsense things, but still this one thing I suggest, my personal request, please don't touch her. Oh, don't touch? I will touch. Same thing. Prabhupada is saying, don't touch the fan. Oh, I will touch the fan. Touch and see. Burnt off. Not Ravana, his entire dynasty is burnt off. So like that. So they don't know what is good and bad. So we should take from Shastra what is good and bad. By the blessings of the saintly persons, your lifespan will increase, your beauty will increase, your fame will increase, you will become more religious, more pious, and which will all consolidated effect lead to receiving more blessings and promotion to Vaikuntha, Swarga or Vaikuntha. The opposite of that, converse of that is also true if you don't follow the Shastra or the saintly persons. So they are our well-wishers. They are not our enemies, saintly persons. So it's a foolish thing that Kamsa is deciding to persecute the saintly persons. Stop here. Gantrat Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai. Prabhupada ki jai.